Hey guys, this is Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre. Welcome once again to Late Night Frights, and as you guys know, I am the Friday reviewer, Little Rocker Cutie 2005, once again, also known as Andre. This week is actually a horror battle, and so I don't know if you've seen everybody else's battles this week, but I hope you do. I hope you check everybody's out, but actually mine is going to be between two of my I wouldn't say they're my favorite remakes, but they're two that I highly enjoy more than the original films. But they are the remakes of Last House on the Left from 2009 and I Spit on Your Grave from 2010. Now, I'm gonna try and give you guys a little bit of a little bit of a non-spoiler review, but if you guys have seen the originals or these, you pretty much know the story. Basically, with Last House on the Left, you get these two girls. They pretty much they're going out to hang out and have a good time, and they end up meeting this little kid, he's like a teenager or something like that, and he's actually running with these three other criminals, and so pretty much these criminals, they take these two girls out to the woods. They rape them. One of them gets murdered, and the other one, the one who pretty much tries to get away, she's shot and left for dead. And so the criminals actually end up hiding out at the house of the parents of one of the girls, and it's the girl who survived. And so basically I'm trying not to give too much away, but the girl that got shot, she basically survives and she makes it back to the house. And so, basically the parents find out what these criminals did and they basically get their revenge. So, and I gotta say, it's a pretty brutal revenge. Like I said, this is one I enjoy way more than the original. And of course, once again, this was produced by the makers of the original, Wes Craven and Sean Cunningham, who teamed up in '72. Wes Craven actually directed the original, and I want to say Sean Cunningham was the producer, but they're actually both producers on this one with Wes Craven's producing partner, Marion Madalena, and so they teamed up and did a pretty good remake in my book. And then you got the 2010 remake of I Spit on Your Grave. It was directed by Stephen R. Monroe, based on Mayor Zarki's original motion picture I Spit on Your Grave, which was also known as Day of the Woman. And if you get the Anchor Bay release that's out there, either the DVD or the Blu-ray of the original, it'll say I Spit on Your Grave, aka Day of the Woman. And so, but basically, I Spit on Your Grave. It's a story of Jennifer Hills, who's this novelist. She's coming from the big city to this small country town. She rented a cabin there because she wants to finish her latest novel. And basically, what happens is these five guys, they basically show up in late at night, and they pretty much rape her. And in the original, the rape scene's probably 35 minutes long. This one is actually shortened a bit, which is one of the reasons I do like the remake more. But basically, they rape her and pretty much leave her for dead. But actually, whereas in the original, they try and kill her to leave her for dead. This one, this is gonna be a tiny spoiler, but not much to where it'll give a ton away. In this one, she actually, I want to say she jumps off a bridge and falls into the river. And so basically, there a couple weeks go by, or something like that, and she's come back to get her revenge on these guys, and she does it in just the most brutal of ways. I won't get into spoilers. I don't want to give anything away, but I will say, give this one a look. It is better than the original in my book. Actually, last year in 2013, the director of this one did a sequel, and so I do have that in my collection. I just haven't had the chance to check it out yet. But let's actually get into the battle now. I think my first topic will probably be story wise. they're not, these are like I kind of tried to explain, these are both basically both what they call rape revenge style films. And so um for a better story, I would probably have to go with Last House on the Left, um because it's basically, you know, the parents taking revenge for what happened to their daughter. And so I personally think, you know, that's sort of like a better type of story rather than, like, don't get me wrong, I love the story of the I Spit on Your Grave remake. You know, they rape this woman and she comes back and just takes them out one by one. But, you know, for the parents of a teenage girl who gets raped to take revenge on the criminals who did it, that's pretty much like a better, I would say, story angle for me. So I have to give round one to The Last House on the Left remake. Um, let's see. I guess battle topic number two would probably be like, I'm actually gonna go with the casting. These movies actually both have pretty good casts. In The Last House on the Left remake, you've got Tony Goldwyn and Monica Potter playing the parents. You've got Garrett Dillahunt, Spencer Treat Clark, Martha McIsaac, and also, not mentioned on the back of this DVD, actually, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. They are the four, criminals, basically. And then you've got Sarah Paxton, who's the daughter of Tony Goldwyn and Monica Potter. You know, the one who gets raped and survives. But yeah, so I gotta say, you know, that's a pretty good cast. With the I Spit in Your Grave remake, you've got Sarah Butler as Jennifer Hills. Like, I'd never heard of her before this movie. You've got Jeff Branson, who's mainly known for the soap opera All My Children. Daniel Franzese from a movie called Bully. The one notable in this movie, at least to me, is Rodney Eastman, who most of us horror fans know is Joey from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. So that's pretty much like a plus there. He's actually the most well known to me, other than Chad Lindbergh, who was Jesse in the original Fast and the Furious. And like, he's been in a bunch of other stuff, but once again, you know, with the I Spit in Your Grave remake, it was pretty much like a small cast. Like, most people I didn't know except for Rodney Eastman and Chad Lindbergh. But with the Last House on the Left remake, you know, I knew Tony Goldwyn from like Ghost. Monica Potter's been in a bunch of stuff. Spencer Treat Clark, he was actually in Gladiator back in 2000. Garrett Dillahunt, he's been in a lot of stuff, and of course, like, everybody knows Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, and of course now more recently the Need for Speed movie. And Sarah Paxton, she was pretty much like, I want to say she was kind of like a Disney darling back in the day. So once again, round two, Last House on the Left. Round three, I'm gonna basically go with like, this is not something, like, I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to the rape issue, but I gotta talk about that for both these movies, so that is gonna be a topic. So with Last House on the Left, it's actually a pretty short rape scene, but it is kind of brutal. But like with the I Spit in Your Grave remake, it's actually probably like around 20 something minutes for the rape scene alone. And these five guys, they brutalize this woman. Like, I'm not gonna say everything they do to her, but like, it's just brutal to watch. And for me, being kind of sensitive to this topic, yet really liking these two movies, once again, round three is going to go to Last House on the Left because of the shorter rape scene, and that just appeals a bit more to me. Because, like, I can watch the I Spit on Your Grave remake, but like a 20-minute rape scene, like even a 35-minute one, like in the original, is just intense. It's kind of tough for me to sit through. So, like I said, round three with the rape scene, it goes to Last House on the Left for being a short scene, but pretty much pivotal to the story. But like, they did make the scene short, so like, it wouldn't, like, I want to say, like, it wouldn't like really probably like affect the audience in whatever way, or I don't know. But topic 4 is going to be the revenge. Now, with Last House on the Left, it's basically the parent, like I said, the parents taking revenge for what happened to their daughter. And, oh, excuse me, but like I said, I won't give any spoilers, but, you got one who gets shot, one actually, I want to say, it involves a garbage disposal. I will say that, but I'm like not gonna say like who gets it and who doesn't. And then of course you get the iconic ending, which pretty much involves a microwave. But with I Spit on Your Grave, it's actually like her revenge is just nuts. I mean, you've got like I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but like I will say like what some of the revenge involves. Like there's one that involves fish hooks to the eyes and a camera and like crows, so the guy can like watch himself die. Like she puts the camera in front of him and puts fish hooks in his eyes and like I won't get into like the full terms of the revenge, but there's another one she gets in like a bathtub full of lye, and I think that's actually how Rodney Eastman gets it. And then you've got there's the one like this scene was actually in the trailers, and it involves a pair of hedge clippers, which is all I'm gonna say about that. And then you've got the last guy to get it. It involves a shotgun up a very particular place, which most straight guys would. I'll just say like I'll give you kind of a hint. It's exit only to most guys, like including myself. Exit only. So a shotgun and an exit only area. So put it together on your own. So, but in terms of the revenge, I gotta go with I Spit on Your Grave because it's a better, like to me, it's more vicious, it's brutal, and it's just what you wait for with this movie. Like you wait for her to get her revenge. And now the last topic is going to be overall movie, like which I enjoy like a bit more. Like I said, I Spit on Your Grave remake, the rape scene, as I got into it with that topic, it's probably like 20-25 minutes long. Like I said, they just do all kinds of stuff to the lead character, and it actually makes her revenge pretty satisfying at the end. And with Last House on the Left, as I said, you got your parents taking revenge for what happened to their daughter, and I kind of think that's pretty much like a better story in terms for me, because like if something like that happened to me, which I will kind of share with you guys, it did happen to me when I was a kid, and my mom basically took a form of revenge, like, but I'm not gonna go into details, but it's kind of like with the tagline of Last House on the Left remake, it's if someone hurt someone you love, how far would you go to get revenge? And so overall, even though I like both these movies, overall better movie for me. So with a 4-1 victory, almost a shutout, it is The Last House on the Left remake. Now, I'm not gonna say, like check out one or the other. Like I would say give both these movies a chance because they are solid remakes, and like I said, I actually enjoy these way more than the original films. So, but I'm pretty much gonna end the video here. It'll probably be Saturday when this gets uploaded. I know I'm the Friday person, but I go through physical therapy 3 days a week, kind of like I explained last week. So, like Thursday night, like I didn't get a chance to pre-film because I had like my camera's not charged, so I'm actually doing these on a webcam. This is like the first time I've actually used a webcam on my laptop to actually do any YouTube videos. But this like I will be pre-filming next week for sure, so you will see my next video up on Friday, and it is going to be like, since this week was the battle week, next week is going to be a theme week. I don't know what the theme's going to be just yet until I talk to the guys on Sunday. But once again, Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre, telling you to keep it forever horror, enjoy life, enjoy some Skittles, enjoy some Starbursts, And in the immortal words of my faithful partner on my channel, Bucky Zenaman, also known as Chris, he always says, eat some chicken. I will see you guys next week on Late Night Frights.